The rise of ancient Egypt. It all began along the fertile banks of the Nile, where one of the first great civilizations took root. Ancient Egypt thrived under the reign of powerful pharaohs like Ramses and Tutankhamun. They built grand monuments, developed sophisticated medicine, and achieved advancements that influenced the world for centuries. Egypt's rise was fueled by its strategic location, wealth, and belief in divine kingship. But no empire lasts forever. Egypt's fall came gradually through internal strife, economic instability, and invasions from foreign powers like the Persians and the Romans. The once great empire collapsed, leaving behind the towering pyramids as silent witnesses to its former glory. The Roman Empire's glory and downfall. Next, we move to Rome, the mighty empire that expanded its reach across Europe, North Africa, and the Middle East. For over 1,000 years, Rome dominated the ancient world, conquering territories, building monumental structures, and advancing governance, law, and infrastructure. However, even the strongest empires fall. The Roman Empire was eventually torn apart by internal corruption, economic troubles, and relentless invasions from barbarian tribes. In 476 AD, the Western Roman Empire fell, marking the end of an era that had lasted for centuries. The Age of Exploration and the New World. The 15th century brought about a new kind of rise, an age of exploration. European nations like Spain, Portugal, England, and France set out to discover new lands and claim them for their own. The discovery of the Americas by explorers like Christopher Columbus changed the world forever, bringing vast riches and new territories to European powers. But this rise also brought devastation. Indigenous cultures were decimated by European colonization, leading to the loss of ancient civilizations and ways of life. While European nations grew more powerful, the impact of their expansion left a legacy of pain and destruction for others. The Industrial Revolution and the rise of modern powers. Fast forward to the 18th century, and the Industrial Revolution was transforming the world. New inventions like the steam engine and mass production fueled unprecedented economic growth. Britain, the United States, and other nations grew wealthy and powerful, building modern cities and expanding their influence globally. Yet, with this rise came new challenges: worker exploitation, pollution, and the rapid spread of imperialism. The rise of industry shaped the modern world but also sowed the seeds for future conflicts. World wars, superpowers in conflict. The 20th century witnessed two devastating conflicts, World War I and World War II. These wars reshaped borders, destroyed empires, and gave rise to new global superpowers. The world saw the fall of the Ottoman Empire, the collapse of Nazi Germany, and the rise of the United States and the Soviet Union as the dominant forces in the post-war era. The Cold War followed, pitting the two superpowers against each other in a global struggle for influence, technology, and ideology. This period of tension eventually led to the fall of the Soviet Union and the end of the Cold War in 1991. Modern day, a fragile balance. Today, the world stands on the edge of new changes. Nations rise and fall, but the lessons of history remain. As we face challenges like climate change, economic inequality, and geopolitical conflicts, history reminds us that no power is permanent and no empire is invincible. The future will be shaped by those who learn from the past. What will the next chapter of history look like?